WLTX breaking news now.
Good afternoon, I'm Christy Calcagno. We are interrupting WLTX Plus to bring you the very latest on a missing girl over in Aiken County. 4-year-old Javeayah Harris, last seen on Tuesday night. The sheriff there in Aiken County about to give a briefing about the latest on this case. Let's take you to the county.
This investigation gets close to home. We know that this family is living a nightmare, and we are doing everything we can to bring Javeayah home. Talk a little bit about our initial call. At approximately 8:43 p.m. Tuesday night, 911 dispatch received a call about a 4-year-old missing girl in the area of Hillsborough Street and Ridgecrest Road here in Aiken County. Deputies quickly got a detailed description of Javeayah. The sheriff's office shared her picture with the public and the media. We immediately began searching for Javeayah. We'll go over a few of our investigative steps. So to give you an idea of the massive efforts going into this search, law enforcement set up a roadblock in her neighborhood immediately. We've continued them roadblocks non-stop. They're still going as we speak, and will go for a few more days. Because finding Javeayah is the most important thing, and we believe them roadblocks may help us do that by gaining some information and maybe talking to some potential witnesses that didn't know they were witnesses. The community has been very supportive, and they're sharing information with us. We've been talking with neighbors. We've completed a grid search of more than 3,000 acres on foot. We've been supported in that by helicopters, drones, and dogs. The FBI is on scene assisting with analytical data, and they have trained personnel on the ground who specializes in investigating missing children cases. There are close to 200 law enforcement officers and first responders within this area searching for Javeayah to bring her home, and we are not giving up. As of today, we have digital billboards that we put up seeking the public's assistance. Here's what we ask from the citizens of Aiken County. We want to thank you for the tips that you provided us, and we encourage you to continue calling us with those tips. A tip line number that you can call is 803-502-5200. Also, earlier today, we announced that we've set up a website for the public to provide surveillance video, and that's available on our Facebook page. We've gone to a lot of homes and businesses that have cameras, and we want to ensure you that we will capture any and every image that may be valuable to our investigation. We know many of you want to help. Here's what you can do. First off, pray. Be vigilant. Search your own properties anywhere that you think a small child might hide. We're not asking for the public's help with our search as of yet. We have trained personnel and assets that know the procedures to conduct logistical searches. You have Javeayah's picture. Share that picture far and wide. Also share our social media posts. And again, finally, please pray for Javeayah. Pray for her family. Pray for each law enforcement officer that's out here in this heat, working tirelessly to find her. And pray for our entire community. I'm going to take a few questions. Please keep in mind, we are not able to share every detail And we may not have the answers to every question you have right now. Any questions?
Yeah, I know the search is in this area specifically. I know a lot of the search is right here. Wondering why that is and if you think that she's still in this area.
Well, the reason it's here is because this is the area she left from. There's no other details to tell us that Javeayah went anywhere else other than here.
This morning you guys said parents that have been cooperative, but are there any details pointing whether this is a custody-related situation involving the parents, or did she just wander away on her own?
Well, right now the information we have is that she wandered away on her own.
How has the heat and humidity in the past 2 days impacted the surge?
Well, as you can see, a couple of these guys are pouring sweat. It's hot. We're keeping them hydrated. But our primary focus is bringing Javeayah home. It don't matter how hot it is. We're here till we do that.
Sheriff, you just said you covered over 2,000, 3,000 acres in your search. Are you asking the question now, if you search such a broad area and you have not found her, what is next in this case? Is there an ongoing investigation running secondary to the search?
Well, this is still a search effort. Obviously, we have FBI and SLED and some of our investigators following up on other questions and other leads, but we have nothing right now that takes us away from a search in this area.
Have you already gotten videos or photos from the public on that tip line?
Ask me again?
Have you already gotten any photos or videos through that tip line?
As far as the tip line goes, I don't know. I didn't check on that. We've got plenty of video and some tips, though.
Why no Amber in this situation?
There's requirements, specific requirements through SLED that you have to meet for an Amber Alert. You have to know they've been abducted. You have to have a suspect or a vehicle. We have none of that. This is a missing child case as of right now.
Sheriff, I have to ask you a quick question, just personally, as a part of this community, and I know so many of the people out here searching are parents, their uncles, and cousins of children. What is this like personally as you're out here looking for this 4-year-old? She's tiny.
Most everybody out here searching has children. Some have grandchildren. And whether they do or they don't, our job is to protect the citizens of this county. Young, middle-aged, old, and we're not giving up till we have answers, until we bring Javeayah home. So, I'm asking for patience and understanding. Our priority, as I've already said, is to find Javeayah and bring her home to her family and to this community. As with other similar investigations, we cannot release every detail that we know. There's a lot of questions, a lot of rumors about Javeayah's disappearance. Please only share the information that the Sheriff's Departments provide, because that's the most accurate and up-to-date information. Sharing misinformation could negatively affect our investigation. Don't be responsible for directing our focus away from where it needs to be, which is bringing Javeayah home. We all want to find Javeayah and bring her back to her family and our community. Thank you.
Y'all happen to have any follow-up questions, just shoot me an email and we'll get you squared away, all right? Thank y'all.
Wrapping up that press conference there over in Aiken County, the sheriff's office starting that press conference by saying, quote, "This family is living a nightmare." Also going into more details about exactly when the missing child's case has been reported. According to the sheriff, it happened around 8:43 p.m. on Tuesday. That's when 911 received the call about the missing girl, again, 4-year-old Javeayah. Deputies then getting the description of the little girl, and then the sheriff's office started to share it with everyone that night. At that point, there was an immediate search, according to the sheriff, saying it was a massive search. He's also saying that there are roadblocks in and around this neighborhood. They've been going on since this search started, and he said it would continue to go for days. He also said finding her is the most important thing right now. So he wants to talk to witnesses, some who may not even know that they are witnesses, and he is asking the community to send information. We did get more details about the search in general. We have learned that this grid search is right now expanding 3,000 acres on foot, including helicopters, drones, and dogs. We're also knowing that the FBI is assisting with trained personnel who specialize in missing children's cases. He also said 200 law enforcement are in and around this area searching for this little girl to bring her home. The sheriff also saying that they are not giving up. In fact, right now today, they have released digital billboards with her name on that. He also then started to ask the public. He thanked them for all of these tips and said to continue calling with tips. In fact, there is a phone number. If we have it, we will pop it up on the screen, but if not, it'll also be on our website, WLTX.com. This is a very specific tip line that they have if anybody has any information about where she is or if they have any photos or videos in and around that area. That number for you today, 803-502-5200. Again, we're going to make sure that's on our website as well. The Sheriff's Office also having a website. As I mentioned, this is where you can provide that video. It is on the Sheriff's Office Facebook page. And then according to that video, that's where they're going to businesses and homes with cameras and capturing that, saying that every single image can be valuable. He's also asking the public to pray, be vigilant, search your own property where a small child may hide. And he is not at this time asking for anybody to help in the actual search because right now they have that 200 trained personnel who are on the scene doing it right now. Also asking the public, share her picture, share the post from the Sheriff's Office page. Again, pray for her, her family, law enforcement also who are working in this heat for Find Her, and also to pray for the Aiken County community. The sheriff also saying that they are not able to share every single detail. They may not have every single answer right now, but we do want to just remind everybody the reason why this is not an Amber Alert case, and the sheriff's office said it too, because this is not a Amber Alert, it's because you have to know that the child has been abducted. You also need to know that there was a vehicle or a description. They are not saying any of that. That's why it's not an Amber Alert. According to the sheriff, they're saying that, she walked out on her own, and that's why they're searching that specific area, because they have no leads or anything that would say otherwise that they're not in that 3,000 acres in that area. He also mentioned it's incredibly hot out there. The law enforcement is staying hydrated, but also the main focus is bringing her home. We don't care how hot it is. Almost everyone out there does have children or grandchildren who are out there working. And so the sheriff's office really ended with, quote, "Our job is to protect our citizens, everyone. We are not giving up until we bring her home." He also mentioned patience and understanding, as the priority right now is to find her and bring her home to this community. Now, again, he reiterated they are not able to release everything right now, but he is also telling the public, do not repost or share any information. He said there are a lot of rumors about this little girl's disappearance, so only share information that the sheriff's office is providing, that legitimate source. He also ended this press conference by saying, do not be responsible for redirecting our focus in finding this little girl. But yeah, this press conference gave us a little bit more detail about how massive this search is. Again, 3,000 acres on foot, including helicopters, drones, and dogs, and more than 200 law enforcement who are there in that area looking for the 4-year-old little girl. We are going to have much more from this press conference and the latest on this search coming up later on Friends at 5, and we're going to have much more updates as well on WLTX.com. Thank you all so much for joining us here on WLTX Plus, and stay safe out there.